Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to review the process of one of my latest drawings, the Yennefer portrait that I made. And we are going to discuss a little bit more what I was doing at the moment so you can get the hang of what I do exactly and all my drawing process. So let's go. Okay, so you can see that I actually start very basic, very simple, just to give a little bit of the idea of where I want things to go. Usually I make like 1, 2, maybe 3 even sketches, so I get to know exactly where I want things to go. Then I start cleaning out the lines, and maybe I start with the face most of the times, because if I'm not happy with the expression that I want or the exact mood that I want, I won't be able to figure out the rest of the stuff. Then you can see I made a little bit more of the fur sketch to know exactly what I wanted it to be. Then, of course, the eyes. I really go in a lot of detail, and maybe I go through the eyes and the face a lot of times, and maybe I can be working on the hair or another thing and I go back to the eyes because I start like figuring out the lighting or maybe another element nearby or on top of it that I want to move. So I usually go back to the eyes and the expression a lot of times. Now you can see I'm cleaning the lines of everything almost. Then the base colors. This helps you see the lines better, of course, and still having the sketch underneath so you can still change stuff and modify. And nothing very interesting here, just going through the base colors. And yeah, usually before I was very like just painting all over and then erasing to clean the lines, but then on Procreate I just decided that it's way quicker to do the clean outline and then just fill in, and it's way more easy. Now getting into the real details, the eyes and the necklace. Still not working on the fur, that's for later, of course. The eyelashes, before I didn't do too many details on the eyelashes, but recently I really like to work on it and maybe the makeup, so it gives a little extra to the character, of course, if you have a very feminine character or no, so that gives some more depth to the character. Now actually working on the fur, I made a base color first to have not a weird hole in the clothing, and they're starting from the bottom and working to the top with the darker colors, and then going with a little bit more lighter colors to give the depth of the fur and to make it look like really fluffy. You know, I really wanted to give that fluffiness in the coat she has, and that is very beautiful. I would love to have it. And yeah, I was trying to make the, you know, that difference that it's a lot of fur, but it actually have a little bit of like a top, you know, it's not flat. So I wanted to give that feeling. Now getting into the more fun part, where I was trying to get all those little details of the clothing, like the threads and the different textures, different fabrics. You know, she has like these beautiful corsets, and now the pattern. I really wanted to have that pattern there because she has this very detailed and intricate clothing, so I wanted to keep that in mind, and then on top of that I had to modify it a little bit so it matches the actual way she's standing there. And with the shadows and the lights, you can give that feeling even when using some references, or using an actual panner. You can make it like blend together very well. Then a little bit of background, so we had some context, and like a way to figure out where I wanted the lighting to be. I really wanted to make it a little bit different, because I tend to do the shadows kind like the same way along the commissions. Maybe because if I'm asked to do a certain way in the commission, I always do like maybe from the front with the lighting. So I was trying to make it a little bit different here, having the hair cast the shadow and her nose, so it looks more interesting. And then going with the hair, so we have the same shadow, like, you know, the cast shadows on the same side, the same way. Working on the strengths of hair. I really like to go into that, because my hair technique, it's not really perfect or something like that, but I really like to take my time there to figure out ways to make it better. Here's a little something that I usually do with all my commissions. Like every single commission that I have, the girls have blush all the time. So yeah, I usually give it a little bit, even with a very low opacity, that little touch of color, depending on the skin color and the general color of the light, of the ambient light. It gives you a little bit of something more interesting to look at. And now working on the highlights of the hair. I was going around different hues because she just has dark hair, so you know you have to work a little bit more to give it like something to look at. Now working on those middle tones for the skin so she doesn't look dead. And still going back to the shadows, as I said, I usually go back to the eyes and those little details that I really, really want to focus on. And I usually go back to make it like, you know, perfect in a way, at least till the point where I am very, very happy with it. Because, you know, it's very annoying to look at a commission and just have something on your mind like, I could have done that. So yeah, here we are making the little strands of hair so it looks more natural, some more lighting on the fur, and a little bit of shadows to match the lighting and the shadows from the hair, and some more shadows on the skin, going back to that all the time, every time, and adding that hue layer that I always add on top, usually overlay, to give it, maybe make it more warm or more cold, depending on what I want. As we are on Skellige, I was adding a little bit of snow. I wanted to make some snow on her hair, but I was tired, and I said, okay, that's it for this one. I just wanted to get it done. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think you can see and have an idea of the way I work. This shows a little bit that you don't have to have a fully clear idea of what you want to do right at the beginning, because sometimes even I have in my mind like very clear the angle or the expression that I want for the character, but I'm not sure yet about the background or the other elements, or if I want to add another person or something like that. But along the way, when you start working, you start figuring out the things that will look good. And also before, when I was starting on this drawing journey, I usually had to make something 100% to go to the next step. So usually I had to make all the sketch of every single thing, then make the clean lines of everything, then the base colors of everything, and that can work for some things or some projects, but not everything. So yeah, that's why I try to relax a little bit and actually focus on what I need to focus. Like for example, in this portrait, of course, is she the main theme of the illustration. The background was just to give some more context to your mind, and it didn't really matter. So it's blurred. It gives you a point of the source of light, or maybe it's daytime, nighttime, cold, warm, but that's it, just context. So I just have to focus on her and her face. So you have to work around the face, and then you start losing details when you go backwards, when you go out. So whatever is far away, whatever is far from her, it doesn't matter that much. So you can just focus on the face. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoyed it. And let me know if you did enjoy it, and I can continue making some more of this where I go over my drawings so you can learn how I work and see the magic happening. Thank you so much for watching. See you later. Bye bye.